What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. I hope you guys are doing well. We recently got a patch for Modern Warfare 3, and this patch wasn't anything substantial, just some minor fixes and changes, but it did welcome in some maps from Modern Warfare 2, and I honestly cannot believe they're going this route. I know this was announced a few weeks ago, but frankly, I just feel this is extremely lazy to just port in maps from Modern Warfare 2. It's just so blatant that they're trying to turn Modern Warfare 3 into the best version of Modern Warfare 2. Like, they're not even allowing it to be its own game now. They're just saying, hey, here's 4 maps from that game you hated last year that you might not have hated, but probably still hated because they're bad maps. And the 4 maps they're bringing back are Farm 18, Crown Raceway, Shoot House, and Mercado Los Alamos. None of these are my favorite maps in the game by any means because all of these maps are terrible. They're not awful, but they're just like not very good. And I don't really know why Sledgehammer or Activision or whomever decided to go this route, why they went this way. Because I don't want to live in the past. I don't even want to think about last year's game. But I'm consistently reminded of the absolute and utter gong show we had for Modern Warfare 2. I turn on the game. I have to turn on to Call of Duty HQ that reminds me Modern Warfare 2 exists. Then I boot into the game, and guess what? I'm reminded when I go into Create a Class, when I go and see this god-awful UI, and now I'm going to be reminded once again by this god-awful playlist called the Modern Warfare 2 Mosh Pit. Now, I'm very happy they're not including these maps in the regular rotation, but that's right now they're not including those maps in the regular rotation. I can almost guarantee you that down the road, 2, 3, 4 months from now, these are going to be in the regular rotation. Because they just can't help themselves. Wait until Shipment comes back because they always have to do that. Shoot House is back because for whatever reason they thought that was a good map. I'm just mind-blown here. Because of course this is them taking no steps forward and just continuing to take steps backwards. I don't want to relive any of this era. I don't want to relive any of this game. I would like to pretend Modern Warfare 2 never existed. But I'm just consistently living this nightmare that this game left us in. I hate Modern Warfare 2 so deeply. It's such a bad game. Anyways, the other highlights I wanted to mention was that they were trying to set some stuff up for a brand new event for the Call of Duty Endowment Fund, which I was like, cool, a nice event to support a cause I can get behind. However, they have to delay some of the event because things weren't ready in time. Because guess what? Sledgehammer Games is what? That's right, incompetent. And of course, they also had to push back some other stuff as well. So let's talk about what they also pushed back. Due to unforeseen issues, not all of the changes scheduled for today's update were able to be released. Our teams are hard at work to get key movement changes, multiplayer and weapon balancing, zombies gameplay and stability fixes, and more into the next available update. So I'm just wondering, you've had a week, and I'm not saying everything needs to be perfect or hunky-dory, but like, there's some very important changes that need to be made, like the armory, for instance, and there's no mention of that. And obviously, we knew weapon balancing was going to be an absolute nightmare, considering the fact that you're bringing guns in from the past game into this game, but you're also recommending this game's guns. It's really weird. The current state of Modern Warfare 3 is a smorgasbord of nonsense, and here we are again, just highlighting that nonsense. Now, obviously, I think the game does need some movement changes. I'm sure Zombies players would love to see gameplay fixes, and I, for one, would love to see some stability added to this game. All this is great, but I'm wondering what the unforeseen issues were. I'm wondering why they weren't able to land this update and why you don't just push the update back instead of releasing a half-assed update to only then have to release another update. Because I'm honestly kind of sick and tired of having updates every time that I boot my game up. Like, just make the game work. Honestly, I don't know why that's so difficult. And I get it's a live service game and this should be partly what I expect, but it shouldn't be this hard to stabilize the game. Like, how many Call of Duty releases have we had over the lifetime of the game, over the lifetime of this franchise, and you still can't figure out how to properly stabilize a launch? It's mind-blowing to me. Now, obviously, some other changes they did make was they did fix an issue with the UAV red dots not showing elevation, and they also increased the score limit to TDM for 100, which is nice. But that's it? That's all you were able to do? What else have you been doing for a week? Like, put some effort in here. This should be your baby. This should be what you're doing all night and day. Because granted, you're going to be on vacation in a couple weeks. And then what then? I don't know, man. It's really frustrating. But what I want to do is end on a positive note here because I did notice this from the patch notes, and I think it's actually a really cool idea. It says, be on the lookout for an experimental playlist in the coming days featuring enemy player outlines. More details to come. I love the idea of an experimental playlist. Now, obviously, I'm hoping that this experimental playlist is something that sticks for a really long time. I love the idea of it. And honestly, I hope it has no skill-based matchmaking either. I like the idea of testing stuff out and allowing the players to test it out, allowing your community to give you feedback directly by providing you data. And player outlines is one of those things that I've been wanting in the Call of Duty franchise for a long time because it just makes player visibility better. It makes quality of life better. And I talk about that a lot here on this channel, that the quality of life of this game needs to be improved. And if you want to improve it, this is one of the best ways to do so, by making a brand new playlist to try stuff out. And honestly, player outlines makes a ton of sense. Blue if they're on your team, red if they're not. Very easy to see who is and who isn't. And honestly, it should have been a change made in Modern Warfare 2. Should have been a change made at the start here of Modern Warfare 3. But it would be nice to at least see how that change operates in a live game. And I think that this is a good decision. This is the right step forward. You know, I talk about them always moving steps back. This is one of the few announcements that gets me a little excited. Now, I hope it's not just lip service. I hope that they're actually going to follow through with this and that it actually becomes something that is a staple in the Call of Duty community, because it could be very good for this community to be able to try out different features, to try out different ideas that Activision or Sledgehammer Games are working on. And that's beneficial to us to give them the feedback, and it's also beneficial to us, the community, to try things out early. So this could be a win-win across the board. Now, of course, in classic Activision and Sledgehammer fashion, I'm sure they're going to find a way to screw it up, but I want to be a little bit hopeful. I want to be a little optimistic when it comes to that. But all of this being said, everything we've talked about today's video, I do want to highlight the fact that, you know, as critical as I've been for Modern Warfare 3, I do want to see this game evolve. I do want to see it get better. So whenever there is a new update, I do want to talk about it. I want to talk about what's in the patch notes, because I want to see this game actually become better. And what I'm seeing right now is they're kind of stagnant. They're not trying to improve this game. They're not trying to really hammer some of the issues that the players have noticed. And stability fixes should not be put on the back burner. They should be priority number one. You should be trying to eliminate armory challenges. You should be trying to figure out your SBMM system and be transparent about it. Like, there's issues that this community faces that I believe need to be addressed before we address some of this other stuff. But I'd love to see the experimental playlist. I'm definitely not excited to care about the Modern Warfare 2 playlist, but it still bothers me a little bit that there were unforeseen issues, and I'm wondering what those could be. So I want to give the benefit of the doubt. I want to at least try to be positive, but it's really hard with this franchise, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's hard to take anything they say at face value because they've lied so many different times, and it just makes me very, negative towards them, because I feel as if they deserve it. But that's all the time I have for today's video. I thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know down below what you think of the changes coming to Modern Warfare 3. What do you think needs to be changed? And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.